Hey guys, I'm Hannah and we are here at Nashville at CMA Fest with Morgan Evans.
Right.
Morgan, so your first single, Kiss Somebody, went #1, and now your second single, Day Drunk, is climbing up the charts. How does it feel to almost have, like, you could have a second #1?
Well, if you keep saying that'll make me feel good.
It's going to happen.
I will say it's definitely at a moment right now where, and I remember this with Kiss Somebody, where it goes from being like, hey, this is my new single, to like, oh, this is the song that you guys have been waiting for. Yeah. And as a songwriter, and obviously the guy singing the song, that's a pretty special moment where it starts to take on its own life for other people. And it probably kind of makes sense that we're in the middle of the American summer right now and people are singing about getting day drunk. So
it's happening, especially during CMA Fest.
I'm happy to be that guy for you.
Definitely. And so you were an artist in Australia before you made the leap to the US, and you're having such success there too. Day Drunk is #1. So what kind of drove you to try your hand, in the United States?
I think it was just one of those things that you realize that the older I got, I started reading the back of CDs and finding like who'd written songs and where they were recorded, and all the signs kind of pointed to Nashville. And I came over here very early on in my sort of songwriting life, and just fell in love with the community here, and I always knew it was something I wanted to be a part of, and sort of started coming back and forth more regularly, to the point where one year I went back and forth 9 times in 1 year. And at the end of the year I realized I spent a month on an airplane almost that year, and I officially moved over.
Dang, those flights to Australia are long too. It's no joke.
Yeah, it's no joke. Yeah.
And so something I love about you in your live performances is that you use a loop pedal. So it's just you on stage. Yeah. What kind of made you decide to do that?
It's a couple of things. I mean, firstly, the fact my Australian band didn't move to Nashville with me. Okay. I played with them for a long time. It was my brother and 2 of my best mates. And when I started to get a few shows here early on, I would put together bands and go out and play these shows, but it never felt right to me. It never felt like my band. I was so used to the exact way that it felt with the other guys. And I had a loop pedal at home, and I took it to a show one night, and I kind of just started writing what is now the album on this pedal. And we made the whole album. My producer, Chris DiStefano, and I kind of made the whole album one part at a time together, playing all the parts. And so it kind of feels true to the way we made the record to create it live like that as well.
Nice. Yeah. I'm sure fans appreciate that. And so you are kind of bringing the loop pedal with you on tour with Rascal Flatts. How has that been? It's
awesome. This is my first big American summer tour, go to play all the amphitheaters with 20,000 people each night. And I feel like those guys have been doing it at such a high level for so long. Sure. It's cool for me to be out there and see the way that they're doing it. And they're such great dudes, and they have so many hit songs to sing along to each night too, so that helps.
Yeah, and I feel like that's such a thing, like country shows in the summer, you know, and the fans love it. So, and how's the response been? Because you released your album last year, and so they kind of know it now.
It's been great. I mean, that's one of those things, like people ask, like, what does it mean to have a #1 song? And it means that, like, you go to these places that maybe you haven't even been before, and people have heard these songs, and often, if you have like one song out, they're putting it together, they're like, oh, that's the guy that sings that song. That's like the Day Drunk guy or whatever. That's the Kiss Somebody guy. And it's cool to like see a mixture of people that have seen us play before, and then also meet a whole bunch of these new fans that came to see Rascal Flatts, or Lee Brice or whoever else is playing that night. And we get to sort of introduce ourselves and share some music.
So are you working on your second album at all?
You know what, I took a little time off. We put the album out in October last year and sort of slowed down with the writing a little bit, but I've just started to get back in the studio now, and I'm really enjoying being creative. I don't know exactly where it's going yet, but I do know that I'm having a good time making music, and that usually means something's going to come out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and talking to us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on this incredibly comfortable couch with the air conditioning.
Yes, that's important during CMA Fest, for sure.
Yeah.
So for more, I'm Morgan Evans and your other favorite country artists, so make sure to check out popculture.com.